Hello, friend. Welcome to another edition of I Didn't Know That. This is Brent Winfield. You know, Hollywood has a very powerful influence in the average Bible-believing church in North America. Christian churches used to preach against unwholesome Hollywood movies. But that was before the movies were brought right into the homes via video and DVD players. The introduction of the VCR and the DVD machine has brought a corresponding deterioration in the spiritual zeal of the average Christian church. As Hollywood descends further and further into a moral cesspool, Christians have allowed themselves to become desensitized to sin. This can be illustrated by the movie rating system. The G rating is supposed to be for movies that are proper for general family viewing. The PG rating means parental guidance is suggested. PG-13 means children under the age of 13 are not allowed to watch it in theaters. And the R and NC-17 rating means the movie is restricted to adults. In reality, though, there is little or no restriction today because the movies can be rented and brought right into the home. We must recognize that these ratings are assigned by unregenerate men in the world, and they're not based on the absolute standards of the Bible, but upon the sifting sands of this world's ever-changing relativistic moral philosophy. Thus, today's PG movies would have been PG-13 only a few years ago. Today's R-rated movies would have been rated X a few years ago. Just 20 years ago, most Bible-believing Christians would not have allowed today's PG movies into their homes, not to speak of PG-13 or the NCR or the R-rated movies. Many church leaders are watching PG-13 and R-rated movies these days. I'll set no wicked thing before mine eyes. Psalm 101:3, sorry. As the movie industry has gotten more vile, many Christians have been like the frog. If you drop a frog into a pot of boiling water, he would immediately try to jump out. But if you put the frog in the pot and gradually increase the heat, you can eventually boil him to death, because he does not recognize what is happening to him. This is what has happened to the average Christian in today's wicked society. USA Today ran an article entitled, PG-13 Can Lull Folks with a False Sense of Security. It was a warning about the filthiness of PG-13 movies by a secular newspaper. The article also notes that there is often no difference between PG-13 and R-rated movies. Even when there is a difference, it's only minor. Both types of movies routinely contain nudity, immorality, gratuitous and graphic violence, and foul language. From the standpoint of a Christian who wants to obey the Lord's call to holiness, there is no real difference. Immodesty is immodesty. Cursing is cursing. Blasphemy is blasphemy, and adultery is still adultery. The ratings have become more lenient with the passing of time. Movies that would have been rated R a few years ago are routinely rated PG-13 today. Further, the category of NC-17 mean no one under 17 may be admitted has been added to replace the old filthy X rating. There is a satanic agenda to put increasingly more godless content into increasingly more widely distributed movies. If secular people can see the danger of PG-13 movies, why can't God's people? We must understand that the Hollywood, New York entertainment business is not now and never has been the friend of God and righteousness. From their inception, motion pictures and television have pushed the boundaries of morality in society farther and farther from God's standard. Yet more members of Christian churches watch unwholesome television and movies today than ever. And there is less plain preaching on this matter today than ever. Friend, we must remember that the movie and television rating system were not devised by godly people who are committed to biblical holiness, but by secular people who are controlled by the philosophy of this world. In reality, ungodly movies are not wholesome fare for children, young people, or for adults. PG-13 things such as nudity and foul language are not acceptable before God or for adults or for young people, for anyone. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. Jeremiah 23, 21 and 22. May God richly bless you this week as you do His will. And remember, God loves you. Yes, He really, really does love you.